Hey YouTube, this is Austin from austins.nerdythings.com, and I wanted to show you guys an update on my DIY solar system with battery backup. Been bench testing some of this equipment. This is basically everything I need to go except for the solar panels. I spent the last couple days balancing up these batteries that I got from batteryhookup.com. These are 8 260 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. They have a nominal voltage of 3.2 volts, so 8 in parallel. It's a 24 volt nominal system, and this is an MPP solar LV2424 inverter, which means it's run off 24 volts. It's 2.4 kilowatt, so it outputs 120 volts, alternating current AC. That's what household equipment uses. So to go over some of the other equipment here, this is a JBD 8S battery management system. Flip around here. So this is actually really cool. It's got a little Bluetooth module on it, this thing, so I can monitor it from my phone. I will hook it up to a Raspberry Pi eventually. So what I've got here is the B negative leads. You can see there's 2 of them. These are 8 gauge wire. I got the B negative hooked up to the main battery negative. You can see here, main bat negative, upside down. You can think of the battery management system as essentially a circuit breaker. And then over on this side, it says C minus, charge and common, I think is what it actually stands for. So you can really think of the main battery negative as right here. This is obviously a very temporary setup. I just wanted to make sure everything worked as expected before I get things hooked up on the wall. So a little more detail here. Here are the balance leads. There is a balance lead that goes to every bus bar, as well as the main negative and the main positive. So here we've got the main negative balance, or the sense wire. This is on the second bus bar, the 4th, 6th, and then there's one on the back for the 7th, and then the 8th, final main positive here. I've got some alligator clips hooked up to essentially the main battery negative and the main battery positive. And so these run down here and then over to here to the inverter, where we've got the main positive here and the main negative here. And so this inverter is currently on. So after I got this outlet wired up here, it's just basic 10 gauge wire into the AC output. The first thing I plugged in was this light. And as they say, let there be light. So that was the first thing I tested. Got this drill battery going, like I said. I also charged the lawnmower battery, and I have a heat gun here. This is by no means a low power device, and I really shouldn't test this with the wiring setup I have here. These wires can handle it, so I'll only do it for a second. But before I do that, I'll get this display, show you some of the options here. So this is the main screen, input 0 volt, output 120, output 60.0 hertz. That's what we want. The battery is at 26.3. The battery load is at 2% with the drill charging, so that's 60 VA for 44 watts. And shows some other things, like here's the PV input, output, the battery input, output, things like that, overall long-term stats. But anyways, what I wanted to show you is I will put it at the outputs load and turn on this heat gun. So there we go, heat gun on, load 580, with a significant battery drop because this wiring isn't really meant for it, but it's going. You can't see it's hot, but it's hot. I thought it might be red, but it's not. So and then we're back down to 40 watts. So that's about it. Next step will be getting the 2 gauge wire in the mail, which is supposed to come tomorrow, and getting these things hooked up on the wall into a more permanent solution. Just to round out the other things that are floating around this video, this is my DC power supply, adjustable voltage. So I had it at 29.2, which is the maximum voltage. If all the cells are at 3.65 volts. So this is what I use to charge the pack for balancing. It came basically fully charged, so it didn't take long. Voltmeter over here, and also I will go through the screen of this the BMS app that's on my phone. It's pretty handy, pretty cool. So so I think that's it for the garage portion. All right, thanks for watching.